with the rising healthcare costs, with the employment rate, how can we get jobs back? And, as you know, 98 million Americans are out of work right now. What can we do to get the economy boost where the private sector and these entrepreneurs are ones that create jobs in the first place? What can we do to bring that back into the United States? How can we do that? And having jobs not go overseas?
Well, Mark, here's the problem. We've got 20 million Americans that are unemployed, another 25 million that are underemployed. We've got 39 million Americans in this country right now living in poverty, right here in the United States. We've got 149 million Americans existing on low income and relying on the federal government for some form of assistance. That's not what this country is supposed to be about. That's almost half our population.
Right.
My plan is to bring back the manufacturing jobs. We've lost 4.5 million manufacturing jobs just in the last 15 years alone due to the North American Free Trade Agreement.
Right.
I will be pushing to repeal that North American Free Trade Agreement, and then I will also move and push Congress to move to a fair trade system versus free trade. Fair trade basically means that any good that comes into this country, we raise the tariff on it so that we can actually compete and make the same product right here in the United States for the same price. That's what's going to bring all these companies and these big corporations back to the United States.
Right.
Put people back to work right here in the United States. This is very, very personal to me. When I was in high school, I lived in Graniteville, South Carolina, which is a mill village, and they had textile mills that literally employed thousands of people that made the denim for your blue jeans. Well, those mills, because of NAFTA, have closed down and all gone down to Mexico.
That's correct.
All of my friends lost their jobs, lost their homes, lost their families because of NAFTA. So we've got to do something and think outside the box and bring those jobs back. Also, becoming energy independent. Any expert will tell you that will create around 3 million jobs. That's 7.5 million jobs between the two of them, between bringing the manufacturing jobs back and becoming energy independent. Becoming energy independent is not just about our economy. It's also a matter of national defense. We've got to take care of ourselves and get out of these crazy wars over in the Middle East.
Right.
The reason we've been in these conflicts, such as Desert Storm, 9/11, the war in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq, Libya, now possibly Iran and Syria, is simply because we've been trying to gain 25% of our oil supply from the Middle East, from countries that harbor terrorists or support terrorist activity.
That's correct.
My plan is to become at least 25% oil independent within the first 3.5 years.
Good.
I have spoken with a lot of experts in the field of oil energy right here in America, and I have been assured that we can become that 25% oil independent within my first 3.5 years as president, so that we no longer have to do bad business with these countries over there in the Middle East.
Excellent. And what inspired you to run for president in the first place? What really got you going?
Well, Mark, it goes back to 1976. Even before that, I was adopted when I was 6 weeks old, and my father was a Baptist minister. But he also sat on a committee that oversaw the special needs kids in the state of Georgia when Jimmy Carter was the governor of Georgia. My dad actually worked with Jimmy Carter.
Oh, wow.
So Jimmy Carter go from being a peanut farmer to being the governor of Georgia to being the president of the United States. When I was 8 years old, he became the president in 1976. And I said to myself, this man was not a lawyer, but he prepared himself and he became the president. And if he could do it, then I can do it. And so he inspired me from a very young age. I've known for a very long time that one day I was going to run for president. And I just, went on with the field of coaching. I coached on the college level, Mark, for right at 20 years coaching college football, and preparing myself for the day when I would finally stand up and say, now is the time. So here we are, and I am standing up for we the people. I am not a career politician. Washington for decades now. You're talking to that candidate.
Excellent.